So yeah, first month being on the boat is almost over, and I was looking back on how much I've progressed on the boat, and it doesn't really seem like much. Um, Yesterday we had a nice sunny day. It's the weather. It's just been so damp and so dim. We haven't had enough sun to allow stuff to stay dry, and when you're using fiberglass, you, you want the dryness. It's the moisture that kills it when it's kicking or setting. But yeah, so I've basically got the through hole sorted. Um, I opened up the front chain locker, the anchor chain lock, I should say, and found a tiny little 50p piece hole where the anchor had been smacking the front of the boat, and that's where I'd been getting a lot of water ingress, and the whole thing's not level. There's a gap between the holes that let the water drain out and the floor base, so it's standing water basically. And so I cleaned all that out, dried all that out, shoved a load of epoxy JB Weld down there, and I'm going to glass over it uh, and make sure there's something in there, so if the chain does move around, it's not going to trash the boat like it has done, because that's where the Genoa or main not main sheet, the front sail, whatever you want to call it, is attached. So I don't want that falling to bits. But it's pretty sound. It's that's hardened up. It kicked, sorry, just in time. But yeah, um, there's a load of things I want to do on this boat, and I've only got 2 months to do the rest. But I think she's capable of being in the water now, which is a lot less of a worry. Just keeping an eye on my finances because it's so expensive around here. I'm thinking about taking these back windows out, these ones, because I just want to glass them. And again, temperature and all that. There's a load of things I want to do to this boat. I've got to make sure I do the things I can do to get her in the water and get her up to Lowestoft. Or there's a few other areas I can put her, but it's mainly money and getting the resources. She definitely needs insulation because I'm literally fighting with the insulation. Although I can show now I've got that wood taken off and there's airflow under there. There's a lot drier under there. It's not picking up a lot of water. My only main concern is at the moment is, excuse the junk, all this just show you, just literally drips of water underneath there. It's all wet, so that's not good. But yeah, and of course these get wet and shit on them. They need to be properly encapsulated. I'm trying to keep them as dry as I can. I've got some delamination there, that's not good. It's only a little speck. Ugh. Really, I just need to get her somewhere where, I can set up my side tent and just clear her out and cut her open and re-glass her, which I can't do here. Not whilst I'm sitting on bloody concrete, because it's just so cold. My legs are cold, my upper body is warm. Let's see the temperatures. No, it doesn't want to show it. Okay. This is 20 at the moment, but that's sort of where my upper chest is, 20. Anything down that's down near the build, that's just frozen. I actually saw some, I don't know what it's called, it's the opposite of condensation. Well, it is condensation, but it's sort of like the cold smoke you get when you open in a fridge, and I saw that under the under these side berths, which was a bit annoying because this means that they are frosty under there, and I've got stuff stored in plastic boxes that don't do well in the cold and they crack, so that's not good. I do want to open all that up and open the companionway bit up so there's just more airflow because it's a bit of a mess. But yeah. And the amount of water just seeping off these is just horrible. I need completely new windows. I need to remove that metal because that metal is just horrible. The windows are horrible. I'm not sure if I should remove the big ones and use the small ones where the big ones are, or what. We'll just remove the windows completely. It'd be a bit dark though, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, and I realised I knew something was off, but I realised my hatch is facing the forward of the boat, so it opens like that to the wave, which the waves as they're coming over the front of the boat, which isn't good. So it's like, do I keep? I'm gonna have to keep that closed, which means more condensation when I'm out in the water. But you know, they need to be switched the other way around. So any water does hit the hatch, it's gonna push the hatch shut, not push it open and flood my V berth, which has my bedding. Yeah. So yeah. That's the plan. Well, that's what I've done so far. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 2 months. I mean, I'm paid up for the next 2 months, but you know, it's, do I do more work, opening up the boat even more and risk not having it done in time because of weather and getting closer and closer to that deadline and stressing out because I don't want to do that. I need to get the side rails re-put in. I've done some work. I've got a camping kind of material. It's like a rubbery kind of material I want to stick on the sides and have a bit that I can unhook. I've just got to get the hooks off the old wires that were holding the chain plates. No, not chain plates. Side rail wires, guide wires, whatever you want to call them. Also need to set up the sails at some point. I'll open up and have a look. I still haven't looked at them. It's been a month and I still haven't looked at those sails. Probably should, because yeah, if there's any issues with them, they're going to need fixing. Can't afford new sails at the moment, although I am saving up. I want to get a nice, I don't know the names and terms, Genoa or something on the front of the boat, and I want the waitress lady from the Breakfast in America album on it, which will cost an absolute fucking fortune, but that's what I want, and it looked cool, and it'll be a big nod to Roger Hodgson. But yeah, I need to make a list of things that do need to be done and things I want to get done, because then I'll know exactly what I'm doing. I've done the electrics, kind of. They'll do fine for now. It needs completely changing. I need to get hold of a really basic trickle charging device. No Bluetooth, no Wi-Fi, none of that useless nonsense. Something simple with a simple PCB, a simple circuit board on it that just charges the battery up to capacity using my solar panels. And again, I'm not great with electronics, electrics, whatever. but I'm thinking of sticking that on the companionway top hatch, because the boom doesn't really go over it, and I can set something up so it can swivel or something, I don't know. But yeah, so I can trickle charge that battery up. I do need to replace it, but it should work, and I won't be doing much sailing in the dark, unless I do just bomb straight up to Lowestoft, which would take me about 7 hours. And of course it's the tides and all that kind of stuff, and the winds, because I don't want to spend an entire day just tacking. But yeah, I think I'm almost completed to the point where, you know, I can, if I need to early, just get out onto the water. And she'll be fine, because I don't want her to sink. That would be very bad. Yeah, but what else is there? I don't know. I think I need to get more organised. That's the main thing. Start writing stuff down. Start getting more organised, because I'm finding new bits that I need to do, but there are bits that I haven't done yet, like the switches that are up next to the companionway. I still don't know where they go to or what they do, if they're still connected to the battery. I don't think they are. I think I did remove them at a junction that's down where the toilet used to be for some reason, next to the sketchy electrics. I think that's disconnected, but I still don't know what it is. And there's another funny little box thing. It's not like the speaker looking box, which I found out is a translation error. Cheers, Google. It's not hydrogen, it's gas. It's a gas sensor. So that's what that is. It's just to warn you if there's any gas down in the bilge area. But again, that bit is completely enclosed and not actually part of the bilge. It's like where my sink area is here. And that opens up in there. Sorry, I've got my dinner there. Well, the stuff I need to clean. But down in there, that's closed off. So if there is any gas in the bilge, it's not really going to pick that up unless it comes through that tiny little hole where the wire was. But yeah, I need to find out what the other one is. I think it might just be another alarm, but a different type. But again, such sketchy wiring. I mean, if you find in a house, I'm assuming, you know, it wouldn't be an issue in a house, an insulated house. But when you've got water dripping off the hull, and the sides of the boat where it's just fiberglass, it can be pretty dangerous, because your wires get wet. You end up with black mold, not black mold, it's black residue, and it heats up and you get shorts and you can get fires. And I don't want fires on my boat, because it's fiberglass, and fiberglass is technically flammable. Well, it is flammable, but yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. Yeah. And do my list of things I need to do. Oh, one other thing, I did get a map. I have a chart map now. I was faffing around with all these apps and chart plotters and stuff. They're all crap. They're all absolute rubbish. They're not maintained. People are still asking money for these things. OpenCPN is an absolute bloody joke. And I'm not using B&G or Navionics or whatever that stuff is, because they're just fucking rip-off merchants that need a slap. It's like, you didn't create the map and you're asking people for money. Fucking maintain it, and then maybe you get money. Don't create overpriced devices which are proprietary for using your stuff, and then you may get some money. But no, I'll just use a paper chart. I am thinking about writing a special script, an application or program, whatever you want to call it, for chart plotting, but kind of like you would chart plot on a paper map, but instead of using the pencil on paper or pen on paper, if you want to trash your map, just have it on the computer, which I can do. I have the experience to do, but again, I've got no room to set my computer. This is one of the things that annoys me about the way the boat is at the moment. These are my legs. This is me sitting down where the chart table is. Here, that's the chart table. This is the cooking area. This is my ass. So I'm supposed to sit like this. How? And do work. I mean, come on, that's such a terrible bloody design. But anyway, when I do get around to moving the nav table forward where I'm sitting now, and I can sit there, when that's moved out of the way, because I don't want a damp bag, that'll be much more comfortable. And of course I'll be sitting up a little bit more as well, because at the moment my kneecaps are higher than my hips, which isn't good. Even when the cushions were in there, they were just trash cushions. I got rid of them the second I fucking saw them. They were nice looking cushions, tartan, but not good for this boat. You really want that rubbery sort of waterproof, just wipe off the water material on a boat. And if you want something soft over it, just put something soft over it, like a wool fleece or something like that. If you can find a fucking wool fleece to buy. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do some paperwork organising. Try and get my head in a better frame of mind, because yeah, first month it's almost done, and I haven't done as much as I want. And there's so much I want to do, and it's not like I need to do it, but for comfort and just usability of the boat, it's it makes things a lot easier. Like, I've opened up the bit on the berth there, but I still need to taper the corner where this bit is here, because that corner there is still pretty shallow, and I just need to thingy it out like that and get rid of that ledge bit there, so I'm not screwing about with that. But yeah, a damn trip hazard. Yeah, I mean, she's a lot drier now, which is a good thing, because I was worried that this balsa core thingy might be damaged, but it looks fine. It's just the bits where the bolts come through are just absolutely sogging and not encapsulated with any sort of glass or resin, so like it can't get moisture there, and they just thread straight into a block of not glass, I forget what it's called. It's basically fiberglass that's been compressed and like fiberglass resin and something that's been compressed into a hard block. I keep forgetting the name of it, and I keep thinking like M8 or something like that, or M something, but I think that's metal. Again, my mind's all over the place at the moment. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna get some paperwork done, and hopefully get a bit more organised, because yeah. Anyway,